Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's Juan Solo here with ASQD Gaming, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so much for tuning in today for some more Far Cry 5. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the post-launch DLC trailer that just released the other day, talking about the 3 DLCs that we're going to be getting after the launch of Far Cry 5, and they're very, very unique. They really don't tie into the single player at all. They don't really have anything to do with Hope County, Montana, and the cult and all that stuff. They're kind of 3 different scenarios that they just kind of throw you in, and you're playing in sort of like the Far Cry 5 engine, which honestly, I'm not upset about that. That's pretty cool. I like to see exactly how this is going to play out. I am a little surprised that they're showing all this DLC and stuff before the game is actually launched. But anyway, guys, without further ado, I'm going to show you guys the trailer, and then we are going to come back and talk about it.
From the brand that brought you Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon comes 3 all-new adventures. Vietnam, zombies, space. It's the Far Cry 5 Season Pass and post-launch content. In the first DLC, Hours of Darkness, you'll be dropped right in the middle of war-torn Vietnam. As Wendell Redler, you'll face Viet Cong, rescue friends, and if you've got the grit, get the hell out of there. For an encounter of the radical kind, look no further than the second DLC, Lost on Mars. Your mission is simple. Save Earth by stopping a full-on alien invasion and haul ass back home. In the third DLC, Dead Living Zombies, the deceased cease to be decreased as you and a friend melt wave after wave of zombie hordes in 7 scenarios imagined by B-movie director Guy Marvel. And for you Vaz fans out there, we're throwing in the full game of Far Cry 3 Classic Edition. How's that for the definition of insanity? And for all Far Cry 5 players, we've got a bunch of post-launch content as well. First up is Far Cry Arcade, where there's an endless amount of maps to play in solo, co-op, or PvP, created by Far Cry Studio, as well as players like you. What's more, this mode is constantly updated with new content and challenges. And introducing reoccurring live events. We're going to give you goals to unlock exclusive outfits, weapons, and kick-ass vault vehicles. Participate in the events, get the loot. So run those sweet little legs and get your season pass for the best deal we've ever offered in Far Cry. And stay tuned for all new content post-launch of Far Cry 5.
Alright guys, so let's be honest, that looked pretty insane. You know, like I said, it doesn't really have a whole lot to do with the campaign of Far Cry 5, but let's just talk about this just a little bit. So the first one being the Hours of Darkness. You're going to get dropped straight into Vietnam. You're going to be going in there, saving some of your buddies and stuff that obviously you're prisoners of war. Kick some royal ass and then try to get out of there when this DLC is over. I'm not exactly sure how many missions these DLCs are going to have and how wide open, I guess you could say, how much of an open world it's going to have in these different environments and stuff. So you have Vietnam, you have Mars, and then you have a wave-based system of taking down zombies, similar to like a Call of Duty style zombies. And I'm really curious to see how that's going to work. Like here on Mars, that looks absolutely insane. That almost looks cooler than Destiny's version of Mars. But actually here you're going to be taking down a bunch of like crazy space arachnids and stuff. And like I said in my first video talking about the DLC and stuff, totally reminds me of Starship Troopers. So I'm really looking forward to that DLC and exactly how that's going to kind of pan out. And here you have the Dead Living Zombies, which is going to be, like I said, your wave-based mode. Very similar to Call of Duty Zombies. You know, every round, obviously, probably it's going to be more and more zombies, some different types of zombies, maybe even like a zombies boss, so many levels and stuff. And they're actually themed after this director's like 9 craziest, you know, sets or whatever like that. So that should be pretty interesting to see. And then also pretty much 90-100% of you guys know that it's coming. If you get the season pass, it comes with the Far Cry 3 Classic Edition, which is, I don't actually believe it's a fully remastered version, but it does have a little bit of increased graphics and stuff, and you're going to be able to play Far Cry 3 obviously on your next gen consoles, which is going to be a big deal to a lot of people because, you know, not everybody still has their old generation consoles, you know, your Xbox 360, PS3 and stuff. So honestly, I'm looking forward to that. I'll probably go back and dab a little bit in Far Cry 3 because Voss, dude, he was such a badass. So here you guys can see the Far Cry Arcade. So what this is actually going to be is a lot of these maps that are in the Far Cry Arcade are going to be based off of using the Far Cry 5 map creator to create maps. And then you're going to be able to go in there and play co-op on these maps. You're going to be able to set up scenarios and actually make missions with the Far Cry 5, you know, the map creator. And there's also going to be PvP in there. So you're going to be player versus player and stuff. So I'm really excited to see how that's going to work. I totally was not expecting that. And then also, as you can see here, they're going to be throwing out little challenges and stuff that you will do in your co-op campaign with your friends and solo that will allow you to get really cool items like some outfits, some weapons, some new vehicles, skins, and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So I'm really excited to see exactly how all this pans out with this DLC, being the fact that we get 3 DLC crazy maps that have nothing to do with the campaign, but each of them kind of has their own little twist on the Far Cry engine, exactly how it's going to play out. So, you know, I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely going to be covering it on the channel, and I look forward to kind of hearing your guys' opinions. Would you guys have rather had some sort of an expansion on the Hope County, Montana campaign, or do you guys like seeing, you know, this spread out across 3 completely random, I guess you could say, DLC events, and seeing how that's going to pan out? But also, real quick, guys, the map creator, I'm going to be doing a video on that probably later on in the week. You guys are not going to want to miss that, because the amount of things that you can do in the Far Cry 5 map creator compared to the old versions of it is absolutely insane. So you're going to be able to set up all sorts of different campaign missions. You're going to be able to set up PvP maps, all sorts of crazy things using all the assets from all the Far Cry games, as well as other Ubisoft titles like Rainbow Six and Assassin's Creed, to put some crazy items and stuff in the game to make some absolutely insane PvP maps. And then also on top of that, being the fact that there is going to be a PvP in Far Cry 5, I'm really looking forward to it. I look forward to seeing more information on that. I can't wait to get my hands on it. But that is pretty much all, guys, for the video today, talking about the post-launch DLC. If you guys enjoyed this video, you guys are psyched for the post-launch DLC and the release of Far Cry 5 later this month, make sure to hit that like button. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all things Far Cry 5 and so you do not miss any of this awesome content. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.